In an instant, Azakura flashed her right hand. A white metallic flash went past where my neck used to be. Smiling pleasantly, Azakura's hand now revealed a knife as sharp as an army knife. I was really lucky to dodge that first strike. Right now, I'm on the ground on my backside looking palely at Azakura. If I'm trapped, I won't be able to escape. This thought flashed through my mind, and I crawled backward like a locust. Why didn't Azakura give chase? No, wait. What on earth is going on? Why is Azakura trying to stab me with a knife? Wait a second, what did Azakura say? She wants to kill me? Kill me? But why? Stop joking around! I could only say this trademark sentence of mine. That was really dangerous. Even if that were a fake knife, I would still be scared. Put that thing away! If someone knows what's going on, please come out and explain it to me!
You think I'm joking?
Azakura said this in a very cheerful tone, not sounding very serious at all. Now that I think about it, a high school girl smiling while threatening your life with a knife is really scary. Well, at least you now know how frightened I was. Azakura patted her shoulder with the back of the knife blade.
You don't like dying? You don't want to die? The death of organic entities means nothing to me.
I slowly stood up. This has to be a joke. I'm only scared because I'm too serious. I kept on telling myself this because it was just too surreal. Asakura was the serious class monitor who would talk only when necessary in class, and wouldn't go nuts even when faced with a problem. Why would she carry a knife and say she wants to kill me all of a sudden? But that knife was real. If I wasn't careful, I'd be bleeding all over the place. I don't get what you're saying. This isn't funny anymore, okay? Put that scary thing away!
I can't do that.
Asakura smiled her usual innocent smile.
Because I really want you dead.
She held her knife by her waist and started rushing towards me. She's fast! This time, I was prepared, because long before Asakura made her move, I had set sights on escaping through the door, yet I ended up hitting a wall. Huh? That's strange. Where'd the door go? Even the windows are gone. There were supposed to be windows on the wall facing the corridor. Now it's just a thick gray wall. Impossible!
It's useless.
Asakura's voice grew closer from behind.
I now have control of this area of space, so all exits have been blocked. It's quite easy, actually. All I needed to do was tamper with the molecular structure of the buildings on this planet, and I can change its matter at will. This room has now become a sealed room, and there's no way in or out now.
I turned around and noticed that the sunset was gone as well. The whole room was surrounded by concrete walls, leaving only the white lamps shining coldly on the desks. This can't be! Asakura's silhouette moved slowly towards me.
I advise you to stop resisting. You're going to die anyway.
Who exactly are you? No matter how I looked, there were walls all around me. There wasn't a single door, window, or anything. Is something wrong with my brain? I frantically moved between desks, trying to get as far from Asakura as possible. Yet Asakura walked towards me in a straight line, moving the desks and chairs from her path by will. Unlike her, my path was always blocked. This cat and mouse chase didn't last long, and eventually I was cornered. If that's the case, I decided to take a risk and threw a chair at Asakura, yet the chair turned in midair right in front of her, and flew off to the other end of the room. How can this be possible?
Didn't I tell you it's useless? Everything in this room now moves according to my will.
Wait! What's going on here? If this isn't a joke or a prank and neither me nor Asakura were crazy, then what's going on?
I have to kill you and see what sort of reaction Suzumiya Haruhi would have.
Why is it Haruhi again? Haruhi, aren't you getting a bit too popular?
I should have done this from the beginning.
My body froze after Asakura said that. You can't do that! That's cheating! My feet were rooted to the ground like a tree, unable to move. My arms were fixed like a wax statue. I couldn't even move my fingers. My face, stuck pointing towards the ground, could see Asakura's indoor shoes slowly entering my field of vision.
Once you die, Suzumiya Haruhi is bound to have some sort of reaction. This might create a massive data explosion from which we could salvage something. This could be the chance in a lifetime for us.
But I don't really care about that.
Now die.
I could feel Asakura lifting her knife up. Where would she start? The throat? The heart? If I knew where I was going to die, I could at least be prepared. At least let me close my eyes. No, I can't even do that. What is this? I suddenly felt the air shake. The knife began to fall on me. At that moment, the ceiling gave out a loud cracking noise, followed by debris falling down, some of which fell on my head. That hurts, damn it! I was covered in white dust by the large amount of continuously falling debris, so I guess Asakura was covered as well. I wanted to see what she looked like now, but I couldn't move. No, wait! I can move again! I lifted my head and discovered a shocked Asakura. Just as she was about to slice my neck open, standing in front of her, catching the blade with her bare hands, is the slim figure of Nagato Yuki.
Your programs are too basic. The data lockdown around the ceiling area was incomplete. That is why I was able to discover it and enter. You want to get in my way?
Asakura sounded calm.
Once I kill this person, Suzumiya Haruhi is bound to have some sort of reaction. Only then can we obtain more data. You are supposed to be my backup. This sort of insubordination is forbidden. You must obey my commands. What if I refuse? Then I will disconnect your data interface. Would you like to try? I have the advantage here, since this classroom belongs to the scope of my data control. Processing application for data interface disconnection.
As Nagato finished, the knife in her hand started glowing brightly. Then, like a sugar cube being placed into a cup of tea, it slowly crystallized and dissolved and fell towards the floor like powder. Asakura dropped the knife and jumped 5 meters away. Looking at this scene, I couldn't help but realize, whoa, these two really aren't human. Opening up the distance in an instant, Asakura landed elegantly and continued smiling as usual. The space around her began to distort. I can only really describe it like this. Asakura, the desks, the ceiling, and the floor all shook vigorously. Overall, it had the appearance of what seemed like liquid metal, though I couldn't really see that clearly. This space was slowly being turned into spears. A crystallized explosion occurred in front of Nagato's raised palms. The next second, there were continuous crystallized explosions around Nagato, followed by powder dropping onto the ground. The crystallized spear-like objects flew from all directions towards us with lightning-fast speed. It was already a moment later before I realized Nagato was facing those spears with the same speed.
Do not move away.
Nagato avoided Asakura's attacks while pulling my tie so I would kneel and hide behind her. Whoa! An unknown object flew over my head and smashed the blackboard into pieces. Nagato looked upwards a little, and in an instant, many icicles grew from the ceiling and fell on Asakura's head. Asakura moved away with a speed that couldn't be seen by the naked eye, and instantly an icicle forest formed from the ground.
There's no way you can beat me in this area of space.
Asakura still sounded really calm. She and Nagato stood a few meters apart, facing each other, while I could only kneel on the ground hopelessly, not daring to stand up. Nagato stood in front of me with her legs slightly opened. It was only then that I realized she was so serious that she even wrote her name on her indoor shoes. Then, as if chanting a prayer, Nagato mumbled,
Select serial code from database, where code equals data, order by aggressive combat data, having terminate mode. Target name Asakura Ryoko, hostility confirmed, disconnecting target's organic information interface.
Normal space no longer existed inside the classroom. Everything had turned into geometric shapes, appearing twisted or cone-like. Seeing this surreal scenery is like entering one of those theme park House of Horrors. I was already getting dizzy from watching.
You would stop functioning before I would.
I had no idea where Asakura's voice was coming from in all this colorful mirage. Whoosh! The sound of the wind slicing through the air. Asakura kicked me hard in the back of the heel. What are you? Before I could finish, there was a spear so fast I could just barely see it as it went past the tip of my nose and fell to the ground.
We'll see how much longer you can protect him. Try this!
The next second, Nagato stood in front of me impaled by about 12 brownish-looking long spears. In other words, Asakura attacked Nagato and me from all directions at the same time. Nagato managed to crystallize some of the spears and smash them, but trying to prevent me from getting hit by the remaining spears, she shielded me with her body. But I didn't know that then, since it all happened so quickly. Nagato's glasses fell from her face and softly bounced as they hit the floor. Nagato!
You should not move.
Nagato said this calmly, pointing to the spears stuck into her chest and stomach. A pool of blood began to form under her feet.
I'm fine.
God, how can this be fine? Nagato pulled the spears out of her body without even flinching once. The bloody spears fell to the ground with an icy sound and instantly turned back into desks. So that's what the spears are made from.
Being this injured, I don't suppose you can stop me now.
At the other end of the twisted space, Asakura's silhouette faded in and out. I could see a smile on her face. She then slowly raised her hands. If I'm not mistaken, her arms glowed all the way from her fingertips and then extended to twice as long. No, not just twice as long.
Please die!
Asakura's arms kept on extending, wriggling like a bunch of tentacles, and then closing in from both directions. Unable to move, Nagato's small figure shook violently. The next instant, my face was splattered with blood. Asakura's left arm clawed into Nagato's stomach, while her right arm clawed into Nagato's chest, piercing through her back and stopping at the classroom wall. Blood splattered from Nagato's mouth and down her white legs, making the pool of blood below even wider.
It's over.
Asakura looked confused.
You mean your 3 years of life? No.
Said a seriously wounded Nagato as though nothing had happened to her.
Commencing data interface disconnection.
Almost instantly, everything in the classroom began glowing brightly, and then crystallized and dissolved within the next second. The desk beside me also turned into sand and collapsed.
How can this be?
Crystallized sand fell from the ceiling non-stop. This time it was Asakura's turn to be stunned.
You truly are outstanding.
The spears within Nagato's body also turned into sand.
It took me some time to penetrate the program, but everything will end now. You've already planted destructive factors around long before I've penetrated this place, haven't you? No wonder you looked rather weak. It was because you've used attacking data beforehand.
Asakura's arms began to crystallize.
It's such a pity. After all, I'm just backup. I thought this would be a chance to break free from this deadlock.
Asakura reverted to her normal classmate self and looked at me cheerfully.
I lost. It's great that you can survive, but you better be careful. The integrated data entity isn't as united as you think. There are quite a number like me with dissenting opinions. It's just like humans. There will be extremists like me next time. And who knows? Even those who control Nagato-san might change their thinking and turn to kill you instead.
She was now covered from chest to toe in the glowing crystallized substance.
Before that happens, I wish you and Suzumiya-san the best of luck. Farewell!
Under a rain of crystallized sand, the high school girl known as Asakura Ryoko vanished completely from the school.